Hello everyone, I'm Liliet and thank you for being with us in this important interview, Embracing the Virtual Education. In this case, I must mention that virtual education has not been easy for a certain factor of students, since some of them do not have the resources to study online. In this interview, we are going to develop some factors about the competences in virtual learning. I have Andrea. She's going to be with me to develop more about the topic. So let's start here. Okay, Andrea, what is assessment in a virtual field? For you in general, what it brings, what resources can we use thinking that we are having classes online?
Hi Lilian, thank you for your invitation. Let me answer your question. Value in any instructional system comes from assessment. What is assessed in a course or a program is what is valued. What is valued becomes the focus of activity, while assessment is often equated with tests, exams, and evaluations online. The term assessment can be used more broadly. One specific assessment is the process of defining, selecting, designing, collecting, analyzing, interpreting, and using information to increase a student's learning and development. This has been difficult since a lot of students don't have access neither a cell phone nor a computer in Honduras. We are not prepared for giving online classes.
I couldn't be more agree with you, Andrea. Regarding another approach, the assessing collaborative learning in online environments, many theoretical and empirical analyses emphasize the importance of active participation and collaboration among students in promoting the effectiveness of online learning. However, in most online courses, traditional structure centered on examinations remains the primary means for assessing students' performance, and collaborative learning is undervalued. So, what do you think about when talking about the collaborative learning in virtual education?
In a large part, this is because the assessment of collaboration requires a radical rethinking of assessment methodologies. Three issues are involved: the variety and kind of call for online collaboration, the complexity of assessing both individual and group behaviors, and collaboration on assessment itself. The first issue is how various are the kind and learning goals of online collaboration, and so how difficult it is to address the assessment of collaboration generally. The second issue is that collaboration is a complex activity which involves both individual and group effort. To encourage collaboration, both aspects must be assessed. The third issue is that role of collaborative assessment. Some argue that if collaboration is an essential feature of successful online learning, then assessment as well as activity should be collaboratively decided.
Definitely. All right, let's go to another topic. What do you think about when it comes to assessing and encouraging collaborative discussion in online learning?
Online discussion has been an object of interest to researchers for at least 2 decades because of the potential it holds to support learning. Many researchers have noted that student-perceived online discussions are more equitable and more democratic than traditional classroom discussions because it gives equal voice to all participants. In addition, many researchers have noted that the way participants in online discussion perceive the social presence of their colleagues create a feeling of community.
Yes, I noticed that students are more confident when it comes to give their opinion online. I think it is because they are afraid to participate in the classroom. Okay, Andrea, regarding another question that I want to ask you today, what about collaborative examination? What do you think about this topic?
Finally, there are some who argue that the contrasted nature of collaborative learning suggests that the experience may be enhanced by collaboratively designed assessment. For example, Fisher reports that adding collaboratively developed small group activities enforced by the assessment of group members to an online course increased student satisfaction with learning from collaborative small group
All
projects.
right, Andrea, thank you so much for your participation in this matter. So, let's finish with the most important question. Andrea, we have been talking about all the virtual learning environments when it comes to online classes. For you, in your own words, what is known as competence assessment and how to assess by competences in virtual learning environments? What do you think about it?
In my words, I can define competence assessment as a system for measuring students' competence. And there are some methods that we can use in competence assessment for virtual environments. And I can mention, for example, videos where the students talk about what they have learned, forums and meetings where they can debate from their point of view on the issues addressed in class. And this is my opinion, and thank you for all, Liliet.
I really appreciate that you have joined us today, Andrea. I hope to have you in another interview in our channel. Thank you.